Hello, everybody. Welcome out to the Death Battle Cast, our first live show from Austin, actually.
It's crazy.
Because we pre-recorded last week's secret. And also Nick's first time here in Austin doing the Death Battle Cast.
What's going on, everybody? Hey.
We pre-recorded a secret? Is that what you just said?
It was a secret. Nobody knew, even though I think we
You
mentioned it on the show.
completely ruined it if
Yeah.
it was a secret.
Well,
so.
we got to be transparent with our audience, right? You guys want us to say
But then
what's
why
up.
have secrets?
Oh, man.
This is breaking down very quickly.
Anyway, I'm Ben. I play Wiz on Death Battle.
I'm Tori. I'm a 3D animator.
And I'm Nick, and I'm the writer for the upcoming Metal Sonic vs. Zero.
Yes, we have for the first time ever, Death Battle Cast is a trifecta instead of a
A quadfecta?
quadfecta.
That's not a word.
Quartet?
Quartet.
Is that what
Quartet?
quartet means?
Well, then this would be a
we
trio,
singing?
not a trifecta.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
So-
that makes sense.
What,
Yeah.
What is happening?
We lost a member
Okay.
today.
Oh, no.
That sounds dark.
Sam Mitchell. Farewell, my friend. No, Sam, the writer of the Death Battle that just came out this past week. Android 18 versus Captain Marvel. He's actually back in our old home, Dallas, right now. So it's just us three.
Okay. I'm glad he's safe.
Yeah, he's okay. Chad is also okay, even though he's not here. He actually just had a baby.
He's more than okay.
Hey.
Yeah, which is congratulations, Chad. I mean, we've already congrats.
Congratulated.
Does congrats have like a we already congrats did you? Like, is that I don't know.
Congratulated is the word.
Congratulations the word. Yes. So no, what I meant to say is everybody go give Chad a heartfelt
A congrats
congratulations.
did. Give him a congrats
Yeah,
did.
give him a congrats him on his new baby, little Logan. Apparently not named after Wolverine. It's just a coincidence.
But an awesome one.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Chad.
Sure.
And also thank you to our sponsors for this episode, Blue Apron and Dollar Shave Club. And we will be having some, we'll talk about some deals you can get with them later on in the show. But before we get to that, I would like to talk about some stuff that came out this past week. So,
Okay.
First of all, we had a DBX. This was Sasuke versus Killua from Hunter x Hunter. Have you guys seen Hunter x Hunter at all?
I
Nope.
have not seen Hunter x
Sure
Hunter,
haven't.
and I hate Naruto.
Well,
I don't know.
you're not
So
excited for this
Torian's
at
made
all.
some enemies. Torian's made a few enemies.
Well,
It's trash.
I was really excited to share this episode because it's one of this is from our animator Biolanda, Benny Biolanda, and it's like a long, like it's one of our longest DBXs.
yeah. But it's pretty good from the last one that we had.
Yeah, he did a really good job with it.
Yeah,
And I know we had Sasuke and DBX before, but it was kind of like an experimental, like fun episode where I
Yeah.
thought I wanted to differentiate from Death Battle a bit. So hey, let's have them, chase around a rabbit, and we'll have this like a really stupid but like funny, like kind of like action scene.
Yeah.
And it came out, and people were like, "That's not what we want."
That's not what we want at all.
So I was like, "I'm sorry."
Whoops.
Whoops. But everybody wanted to see Sasuke come back and do some like, real action. Real action, like have like a big elongated fight, and that's what I wanted to do with this. And also the reason why Sasuke versus Hiei was like that way back in DBX's first season was because I kind of figured that might become a death battle at some point. It's kind of a highly requested Sasuke matchup.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want it to just be like the DBX and the death battle feel the same. So
Right.
the DBX is going to be like this weird fun thing. And then the death battle, whenever that happens, is going to be like a legit death battle.
Sure.
But that DBX is out. So please check that out. Let us know what you think about that. And we also had a new death battle come out, who nobody here worked on.
Who made it?
Sam made
Sam
it.
and Jessica.
I'm
Sam and Jessica. Android 18 from Dragon Ball versus Captain Marvel
Captain Marvel.
from Marvel. Yeah, and not the Captain Marvel from DC. It's the Captain Marvel from Marvel, who used to be Miss Marvel.
Wait, there's a Captain Marvel in DC?
Shazam is.
He goes by Shazam now.
Yeah. Because that's the
Oh.
thing that he shouts, and everybody. I'm not sure, but
didn't
I have
know
a
that.
hunch that everybody just thought his name was Shazam.
That's what I did.
So eventually
The
DC's
wizard
like,
who gives him his powers is named Shazam.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, so he's yelling at the wizard.
He basically yells for the wizard to give him his power.
He's yelling at the wizard.
In the sky, and then the wizard shoots lightning down and blasts him. Is like, here you go.
He's like, hey, look, if you want these powers, don't yell, wizard, give me powers. Yell, I don't know, something like Shazam, right? Yell
Yell my
Shazam,
name. It's my name.
and I'll give you the freaking powers. That's funny. It's really
Yeah.
good.
So,
I didn't know that. I thought.
but then everybody got confused because DC was promoting somebody called Marvel, and then Marvel had their own Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So DC's just like, screw it. We're no longer using that name. He's just Shazam now. And that's recently.
Yeah, it's semi-recently anyway. Like,
Yeah.
It makes more sense that way for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Way less confusing.
Funny little story. The reason why DC owns Captain Marvel in the first place is because it was made by a rival company, and they sued them because they thought Captain Marvel, the man Captain Marvel from way back when, was a ripoff of Superman, and they won, and then they got the rights to Captain Marvel, but they didn't get the rights to the name, and that's why Marvel can use Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I see.
It's weird and complicated, but that's the backstory there.
Weird.
But anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about the death battle. But in the meantime, you can always use the hashtag DeathBattleCast to interact with the show. You can send us questions, and we answer them at the end of every single podcast. And we also have a community death battle every single episode where we come up with a matchup on set. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's stupid. And
This one's good. This is not a stupid one.
We hand it to you guys, and
Good.
you guys let us know who you think will win, and then we come up with a winner right here.
Super quickly. Last time I was on this, the community death battle was Face from Nick Jr. versus Zordon. How did that one end up?
Well, Faced is actually God or something like that.
Yep. He
So-
drinks him. He drinks Zordon, and he
the greatest
becomes
ever.
and he
Yeah,
becomes Zordon.
I think the way we decided that would end up was the Nicktoons face or whatever would like go into the
Into Zordon's tube?
tube and just drink them or whatever. I don't know.
awesome.
The real,
here. Rita's attacking the city.
like I said, some of these are really dumb. But last week's was the Chin
Versus Cinnamon Toast Crunch Man. Oh no, the Tick.
Not the Chin. It was the Cinnamon. Was it?
Powdered
just-
Toast Man.
Crimson
It's the
Chin.
Crimson Chin versus the Tick.
The Tick.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah, I thought it was Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Wait, who's the chin?
We were trying to find somebody to fight Cinnamon Toast Crunch Man, but he was too powerful or something like that. Or maybe the Chin was too powerful. I don't remember.
What's the chin from again?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
Crimson
okay.
Chin.
I had Powdered Toast Man.
He has
in my
like all
mind for
those
some
different
reason.
forms.
That's
and
totally
stuff.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about. But anyway, let's go ahead and bring up the first answers for, I think it's the Crimson Chin first.
Shall I read them?
Go for it.
Sure.
All right, first one is from, oh man, I need glasses or something.
Durfogs.
Durfogs. I don't know much about Tick, but I do know that Chin's strength hasn't found its limit yet, so he should be able to squish the Tick. That's very interesting.
Okay.
No known limits. Meanwhile, Optimus Raiden says the Crimson Chin would destroy the Tick. He can fly and also has the hyper super ultimate power of not being 100% a moron.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, sick burn.
Right.
I mean, that is a strong power to have, is not having a weakness.
And not being stupid.
Not being
That's generally pretty
Not being
good.
stupid.
Generally pretty good. Okay, strong arguments, strong arguments.
No known limits to his power.
Not stupid.
Not an idiot.
Not stupid.
Cool. Got a lot going for him already.
Like it's blatantly a parody of like Superman.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cause like that photo he had, it had the Dexter's Laboratory Captain America on it. And
Major
it had-
Glory?
Yeah, Major Glory. The Infraggable Crunk.
Infraggable Crunk, yeah.
So good.
Valhalla.
Yep.
Yeah, anyway, I love that. That's a totally different show.
I
though.
don't watch these kinds of things.
You didn't watch
What?
Dexter's Laboratory?
Oh my God!
No.
So they pretty
I
much
didn't have cable growing up.
they pretty much
You need
have
to redo your whole
a
childhood.
rip off Justice League, and it's incredible. You love it. Like the rip off from Thor is just named Valhalla, and he's just a rock star, and he just shoots lightning.
He's just like if Eddie Van Halen could shoot lightning
Yeah.
on his guitar.
It's pretty good.
All right. Yeah, everybody talks about these like Nickelodeon shows that they watched as a kid, and I'm just kind of sitting in the back saying like, I wish I had cable when I was growing up.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
well.
It's expensive. Put you in debt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we have the Tick. to
On to
talk
the
about.
Tick. Yes.
All right. We've got Tarok. Am I reading that correctly?
Torok, 96.
All right. The Tick has drama power. The more intense and dramatic the battle grows, the more powerful he becomes. He surely wins. Meanwhile, I've got really bad vision, guys. What does it say? It even tells
Why
you how to
did you
pronounce
offer
it.
to read?
Because
Okay,
I
the
thought
name
my eyes were
is.
better.
Ooh.
See, you're one to talk.
It's not a vision
Kanemian.
thing. He
Kanemian?
got a weird name.
Incred Kanemian.
That person says Catman beat CC by grabbing his tongue and throwing him against a wall. The tick walks off trucks being thrown at him.
Ooh, sounds like he does have a limit.
Well,
Catman's the limit.
I think in that episode specifically, they did something to the Crimson Chin because Catman is just who played Batman like way back in the day, like the
Adam
Adam West?
Yes, that's oh, there he is. There they are. That's the Justice League from Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh my God.
So instead of like Black Panther, there's like this white Catman over
Is that the
there.
Incredible Bulk over there?
He's the
Infraggable
Infraggable Crunk.
Infraggable Crunk.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay.
You got
I have
the-
seen Incredible Bulk.
You got the Bullet guy. You
That
got
was a movie.
Captain America and Superman mixed together. So good.
All right.
That show is magical. You missed out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in that
I was
episode-
stuck with things like the Bulk.
That episode where Catman beats the
Not the
Crimson
same
Chin is something happened to the Crimson Chin, and Timmy had to come help him. So he's like in a weakened state.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm with the tick on this one.
Think
If I
so?
have to pick one, I think I'm
I think
picking
it
the
was
tick.
Crimson Chin.
Pick the tick.
Wow. So it comes down to me.
He can like jump through comics and make realities.
Phew.
Does he make them or does he just go to them? Because there's a
mean,
difference.
Well, he just goes to them. But in his comic book, there was a building. There were two buildings that were the size of the Earth stacked on top of each other, and he knocked both of them down.
Does the
How
tick
do-
have like that kind of strength? Like I don't know enough about the tick.
I don't know enough about either of them, but I'm just saying if I have to pick one right now, based on the evidence provided,
Sure.
I'm leaning toward the tick.
I guess.
That makes sense. That
Okay.
makes sense. I'll lean toward the chin, just because of this incredible power versus somebody who clearly has limits in comparison.
Okay, fair enough.
I think we got the chin as the victor.
Looks like the chin wins.
Okay.
The chin. Yes, I'm saying that.
The chin.
Looks like the chin wins. The chin's gonna get you.
I said pick the tick a second ago. Now we
Pick
got
the
the chin
tick.
wins.
Anyway, just really quick wanted to. Oh my God, this whole.
How do you transition out of
death
that
battle,
one?
I don't know. Like, my brain is melting because I'm like, I got to talk about Blue Apron somehow.
Elegantly.
But like, if you want a chin like the chin, you should eat Blue Apron. No,
Does that affect
What?
the chin?
Where was that going?
I have no idea. I just want Blue Apron to sound good.
You could have
They're
just,
awesome.
you could have gone with, you know,
Look,
if you,
man,
when you're
just
done.
do the Gus. It's like that's like the most popular podcast, and he just reads them.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just do that. Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient recipe delivery service in the country. Like that?
Yeah.
Was that-
Keep going,
was that
keep
You're
good?
going.
going.
Tell me
You're
more
doing
about
good.
this.
No, Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country with the goal to make fantastic home cooking accessible to everyone, even people like me who suck at cooking. Here's how it works. Every week, Blue Apron sends you a box of ingredients and easy to follow instructions so you can whip up home-style meals without any extra hassle or worry. You get to choose the meals too. There's a new menu every week that you can check out online, like peach honey glazed chicken with mashed peach honey glazed chicken with mashed sweet potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Yummy.
I don't know what you were gonna say.
For some reason, like reading off food like that, like with all the descriptors in front of it, always is like feels like a tongue twister to me, even though it's not. So maybe that's why I suck at cooking.
Because
I
we're
don't
just
know.
used to hot dog, pizza,
Yeah, exactly.
burger.
Chipotle.
Cheeseburger. It doesn't have anything in front of it. So it's
But with
simple.
Blue Apron, you get something more extravagant,
Exactly.
which is cool.
It's super simple, and like I said, I'm the kind of guy who I can't like follow a cookbook to save my life, and Blue Apron actually works for me. It tastes great, feels great making a real meal, and at just $10 a meal, it's very affordable. Surprise! You can go to www.blueapron.com/DBC right now, and you'll get a.
Get a what?
Put your sunglasses on.
Why is
I'm on the
does
edge
it
of my
not
seat.
say on our read what you get?
It's a mystery, a surprise, right?
Yeah, to get the surprise. Okay, on this ad read, it doesn't say what you get, which sucks. But you can go there and get, I think it's the $10 a meal. Check out this week's menu. Okay, here it is.
You get 3 meals.
Oh, it's right
free.
there. It's on the screen. Get 3. See, Chad usually does this, so I don't know what I'm doing. And you can get the 3 free meals free with free shipping at blueapron.com/DVC. I got it. Sorry, Blue Apron. I know what I'm doing sometimes. Your face is just like, man, you fucked that up bad.
Not gonna lie, Ben.
Uh-huh.
I've seen better. Ad reads.
I know.
Thank you, Blue Apron.
I agree.
I'm looking at it on camera. Thank you, Blue Apron.
I look like my heart was just hurting for you. My heart was just
I know.
hurting
It's
for
like,
you.
I wanted to help him, but
wanted
I
to.
couldn't.
I couldn't
I was
either.
reading it off of this, and I thought it was like supposed to be on here, and it wasn't. It just kind of ended. I was like, crap.
However,
Blue Apron's gonna hate me. They're gonna send me a box, and nothing's gonna be in it.
well, better than Ben's ad read powers is how easy it is, because I can't cook either. So I had
Yeah.
Blue Apron a couple months. It was really good. I impressed a couple ladies, and they stayed later than I wanted them to because
Do
of
they normally just immediately leave as soon as you try cooking them something?
as soon as you try cooking them something. Yes.
Both Blue Apron, they stayed. You gotta get his inflection on it.
Anyway, but thank you very much for Blue Apron. Blue Apron's been sponsoring us this
For a
show for
long
quite a while.
Man, I know, right?
It's like, thank God for Blue Apron, because we wouldn't be here without them, kind of thing.
Can we say not in what, but what the cool thing we're gonna do for them and a next thing we're gonna do?
What?
If you want to.
What did you just say?
We're gonna have them in the video.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but we can't say anything
Yeah.
more than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah,
I was just, trying to give them something other than your ad read.
thank you.
Welcome to Ad Read Cast.
Well, I was actually just about to do a seamless transition into Death Battle, Android 18 versus Captain Marvel.
You're right, Ben. That was completely seamless.
I know, it was beautiful. So that came out this past week. It's already, it got over 1 million views in less than 24 hours.
I know, that's
Which
freaky.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Like 1 million people seen that within 24
A
hours.
million people care about what Wiz and Boomstick have to say and about who wins in a fight. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freaky.
Kind of neat.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, you guys didn't work on the episode. What did you think of the final thing?
I thought it turned out great. From my limited prior knowledge of Captain Marvel, I thought surely she was going to just trash Android 18, but the outcome surprised me, maybe.
I've learned to never.
But yeah,
Spoilers?
I mean,
Spoilers?
Yeah,
Can we
spoilers.
talk about
Like,
spoilers now?
we
Okay.
always kind of expect
Okay.
when you're watching the Death Battle cast that hopefully
Yeah,
you watch
you've
the Death
seen
Battle.
it.
So
I make it a rule not to bet against DBZ characters.
I know, right?
Like if it's not some crazy DC comic book character, I just don't bet against them. Like,
Yeah.
It's a pretty safe bet that the DBZ character is gonna win. Like,
Most of the time, for sure.
well,
'cause they're-
okay, no,
they're
in this
crazy
specific
powerful.
instance, like against like a lesser known, because I mean she's known, but she's not as powerful as some of the other comic book characters.
Sure.
So it's a good bet to, bet on the DBZ character. But
Yeah, I mean, DBZ was like my childhood, so it was cool to see them representing, getting a win.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think with Android 18, that puts Dragon Ball characters at 3 and 2 in terms of wins and losses.
Okay.
In Death Battle, so they're up 1.
I like how the two is
Hey.
the same person.
What?
The 2 losses?
2 losses.
Yeah.
Oh well, if you include
both.
the Goku coming back, then that's.
Oh,
3 and 3.
okay.
Oh, we hate DBZ.
Yeah.
Clearly.
We're so biased. Just-
That is like the one. I feel like Death Battle in itself is like a really good show, right? People like it, but when you get to DBZ, then we are the worst people on this planet.
we.
Well, because okay, I said it's my part of my childhood. I don't even consider myself an anime fan at all.
Right.
Which just kind of goes to show how widespread the love for Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z
Right.
and the whole property
Sure.
is. So
This is one of those things that aired back when we were kids, and we didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
know what anime meant.
Yeah.
Not all of us did, and it was just the cartoon on
and even
the TV at the
even
time.
today, it's like the ultimate teenage power fantasy.
Yeah.
Like you want to
Dude, that's
be
a really
any of
good
those
way to
characters.
describe it.
Yeah, it's what makes it so memorable and so cool. Everybody who doesn't love DBZ.
Yeah, and I will say real quick, we did mess up something on the episode. I don't know if you guys saw. I left a comment on,
we were perfect.
on YouTube. We did kind of screw up the calculation of 18's speed. Fortunately, it doesn't affect the fight because she's actually way faster than what we said.
Oh, how much faster?
Like
I remember it was like
15 million
340,000
times faster.
Hold on a second. Hold on. The number in the show was something like 340,000 miles an hour.
So the idea of the gravity formula from Goku vs Superman was we needed one of the problems with like calculating these characters in Dragon Ball is that there are measurable feats, but they're so few and far between that when you get to the end of Dragon Ball Z, especially back then when Super didn't exist, there's not a whole lot that you can say, oh, that's how fast he is, or we can figure out how strong he is there. So we had to kind of figure out a way to pluck feats from different points of the series and then measure them and apply them to whatever Goku's like capabilities would be at the end of the series.
Right.
And that was the idea of the gravity formula. So initially, we took speed from the Saiyan saga, where he's going down a snake way. And then you apply that to like the gravity formula, so like you compare it to him with weights at the end of the Buu saga, and then you figure out how fast he is at the end of the series.
Yeah.
But in the video, we just compare 18 to him to the Saiyan speed at the beginning of the Saiyan saga, and that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to compare him to speed in the Android saga. So that's our bad. But there's a whole like comment that we pinned on YouTube to kind of correct it because it's way faster.
So did you have like an exact number that actually comes out to? 340,000 is what was in the video, but it's actually
Like a couple million.
15,300,000 miles per hour.
Like that. See how fast?
It's a big difference.
it's as fast as a snap.
Fast as a snap. That's how fast she is. Fast as a snap.
You snap your fingers at
She's there.
15,300,000 miles per hour.
We should be dead.
Yeah.
I'm not attacking you.
With snapping, I mean, if you snapped your fingers at 15 million miles per hour, you create like
You'd
a
probably-
billion shockwaves or something. Like,
Oh, you're talking about like
probably,
rapidly.
like, explode the atmosphere, just set it on
Yeah.
fire completely.
So
We
even
would all
though you accidentally nerfed her,
yes.
how did people feel about that? Even though she still won,
How do people feel about?
you messing up.
I mean, it's not great.
She
Like,
won.
Nobody wants
got over
to see
a
us
million. She won.
misrepresent
Got
character.
over 1 million views. Dragon Ball Z character won. Did they still hate you?
I mean,
What kind of a question is this?
I don't know what you're trying to
Just
ask.
saying because like they don't.
You look
like,
at the
if-
thumbs up in the video. A lot of people seem to like it.
Because
So.
if you like mess up, then they're like, I knew it. We knew you were biased. We knew you hate Dragon Ball. You
I mean,
nerfed
there are always
her."
going to be some people. Like, it's
got
not just
you.
the Dragon Ball fandom
Sure.
that like there's always going to be a sect of people for any fandom
Right.
who like has their own like interpretation of what their characters are like, of what these characters are like, and whatever we say on screen, they're going to say, oh, that's wrong, or oh, we misrepresented them in a way.
Right.
I did want to like bring up this one because we did accidentally misrepresent her speed in
Sure.
the episode, and I wanted to clarify that, and that's why I immediately posted something online. Like I can't believe, honestly, I didn't catch that in review whenever the script came in and I was going through the script and then we voiced the script. Like, I saw the script multiple times. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Sure. And then watching the video while it's online, I'm thinking, wait a minute. That's wrong. Why did it take so long?
Like we have
But-
to wait for it to get to YouTube.
it
and be
sucks
like,
because
oh, that's wrong.
after all that work, like I realized I totally missed something.
But it turned out to be a very good video. I like when she grabbed her by the hair.
Yeah, that's
very-
something I added to the fight script because I wanted something like kind of silly.
Something
The-
kind of catty. something
The
cat-
facial expression on Captain Marvel was gold. Was
The
that,
anim-
was that a custom sprite, I'm assuming?
Yes, the
Okay.
animation was done by Zach Watkins, coming back, and of course Jerky helped with custom sprite work as well. And I love how the animation turned out. They did
Oh, yeah.
such a good job with it.
Looks like
Yeah,
he had a
they
lot
did
of fun with it.
incredible.
Like,
Yeah.
He just kind of did his thing. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Just voicing the episode, bringing back a Dragon Ball character because we love Dragon Ball characters. Of
course.
And we, it's always a little difficult because you mention fandoms and things like that. The second time we used a Dragon Ball character was Goku.
Right.
And we ended up killing Goku. And everybody knows like the drama surrounding that. And I feel like
You got like a stamp in the internet.
I tried to kind of like lessen it with the Vegeta Shadow fight beforehand because I knew we were going to do Goku versus Superman eventually, and I was kind of worried that like maybe Goku would lose. So I was like, we'll do Vegeta versus Shadow, and he might win that, and then he did, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. So we've already got a DBZ win. So when Goku loses, if he does lose, this is before we determine. If Goku loses, then maybe, everybody will be like, oh, well, that sucks, but at least Vegeta won. That's not quite how it works.
That's not quite how it works.
Sadly,
I'm going to tell you right now, when I started this show, I had no idea what I was getting into.
When you look up pivotal points in fandom history and landmarks, that is one of them.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
The time Death Battle broke the internet. Fandoms were going crazy. Forums were crashing.
That was kind of what I wanted to do.
Ben
but
was at home sleeping.
I didn't realize it would kind of create sort of a disconnect where we just there's again, like I said, there's always going to be fandoms that have their own idea of whatever anything is. But Dragon Ball itself, it's like a perfect storm because Dragon Ball is a series that is very vague in terms of what characters are capable of doing. Not all the time, obviously, but characters will just do a thing. Because Toriyama, when writing, didn't really care about how that applied to the world in general. It's just oh, and now Goku destroys, or now Piccolo destroys a moon, or whatever. It's just he just destroys a moon, because that's what needs to happen here. And he didn't care about how that compared to whatever, or Roshi, especially in Dragon Ball, when he does destroy the moon. There was nothing before destroying the moon that was even close to comparable to that. He put out a fire in a mountain.
He blew up the mountain.
He blew up part of the mountain, yeah. But then you go from mountain to moon, and it's oh my God, Roshi's way stronger than I thought he was. And then nothing like that happens for a while. It's just kind of he didn't really, I don't think Toriyama, when he was writing the series, thought, okay, this is how powerful each character is at each time.
Right.
I'm not gonna screw that up. He was just trying to make a good story and have a cool action and the humorous.
I think that's what a lot of people do, though. Well, yeah, it's specific to that type of show.
But because of that, Dragon Ball has a lot of inconsistencies.
Right.
And so it's such a tight, it's such an important show for a lot of people because of what you said. A lot of people grew up with it. It was their first anime. It was something
teenage power fantasy.
Yeah, connected to as teenagers or young or kids. And everybody has their own ideas of what these characters are like.
Right. Because it was so broad.
And so it's difficult for us as Death Battle writers to not only write the characters and interpret them in a way that can appease everybody, but also when we kill off a character, and again, this applies to everything, not just Death Battle, or not just Dragon Ball. When we kill off a character, it's gonna cause some rifts with people. And unfortunately, Goku was, the rift was very, very loud. But I want people to think about Death Battle or to come into Death Battles that have Dragon Ball characters and not expect to have their character die or whatever, because that was a running joke for a while on the internet. I know, we see what people post or whatever. Oh, whenever a Dragon Ball character shows up, they're just gonna kill him off. That's not really what happens, but that's the perception, I guess.
To be fair, I mean, like you said, they only have 2 losses. That's pretty good.
Well, at this point, technically, yeah.
Was it? There was Goku twice. We said it was 3
If you count Goku, then it's 3 and 3.
Okay.
But
but if you don't count Goku, their KD is positive. So yay!
Sure. If you don't count the rematch. Yeah. But
Goku messed the KD up.
He just screwed it all
This
up.
is Overwatch. Goku, what are you doing?
And of all people, it had to be
Goku.
Goku getting carried by Hercule Satan and
okay, you know what? we use the hashtag DeathBattleCast, right, for you guys sending in questions and stuff. I want to know, do you guys want to see Goku in Death Battle against somebody other than Superman? Because I want to do that.
Holy shit! You're trying to get more Twitter followers, aren't you?
Well, I'm asking for a
hashtag. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but they know you make the show.
Sure.
They're gonna if they think they can't get through on the hashtag, they're gonna go straight
Bring
to your
up the
page.
lower third. Get my Twitter
Bring mine
handle
up. Bring mine up.
Bring all of them back up. Let's just start the show over.
Block out them's.
No, but seriously, I would love to know if people would be interested in seeing Goku in a death battle against somebody.
Yeah! At Animated Tori.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, looks good. But against somebody other than Superman, because I feel like we kind of ripped Goku off by putting him in a fight that was almost impossible to win. Because Superman is such
we don't know. Now we know it was impossible for him to win. But when you think of something, you don't think it's impossible.
Oh God!
I hear you talk about matchups, and you give everyone a chance. You fight both sides well, maybe he have a chance if he can do this, or maybe the other person have a chance if they do this, or whatever. So it's not very accurate to say like,
Sure.
you know, he's not gonna have a chance. I mean,
well, going into it, we didn't know what Superman was going
Sure.
to be like. Like, before I did the research on Goku vs. Superman, I did not like Superman as a character at all. I was like a lot of people, you know, when they get to a certain point, they
He's too overpowered.
He's
He's
too
boring.
overpowered.
Yeah.
There's no real like stakes for Superman, that kind of thing, and that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
After researching Superman, I kind of realized that when a good writer gets behind Superman, he's very different than that. Like
Right.
there are actual stakes. It's not about him. It's about like how he feels about what he is,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
about
The
like
people
the
around
characters
him.
more
and
so like a
stuff.
morality thing.
It's like an accepting
Yeah.
who you are kind of story, as opposed to Goku, which is like improving yourself over
Yeah.
time, and that it just created this like dynamic between the characters that was like fascinating, but also it just kind of Goku was screwed, and I hated that. Like I wanted, like I don't know, like I hate that we put Goku in that kind of matchup, even though
That's
it's
what
an
the
awesome
internet
matchup
wanted.
and that's what everybody wanted. I want to put Goku
Yeah,
in
yeah.
something where like it's more up in the air of like who could win.
Is it still accurate to say that the new anime hotness right now is One Punch Man? Saitama?
last year's anime hotness.
I guess.
Is that still relevant
Yeah.
these days?
Well, the thing about it is that I want to say towards the beginning of last year, because I'm a huge One Punch Man, but I read the manga as well.
You're a huge
So,
One
like-
Punch fan?
A One Punch fan?
One.
That's what the fan base
Oh, is
should
that what
call
it's called? One
themselves.
Punch fans? That'd be great.
If it's not, it is now.
One.
You're welcome.
Anyway, yeah, it's still pretty popular. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know when they're gonna make another season.
I mean, Saitama and Asura, and I think have been
Oh,
requested for
from the Capcom game?
Asura's Wrath. Yeah,
Asura,
I've
yeah.
seen
Which is
that
weird to
against
me
Goku.
because they made one Asura's Wrath game like last generation, and then as far as I know, nothing since.
Yeah. Well, the point
It
is,
might
I would
be
love
Marvel
to.
Infinite, but
I would love to hear what you guys think. If you could use the hashtag DeathBattleCast, send us your opinions. If Goku should be in a death battle against somebody other than Superman, and who you think he could go up against, because I'd love to do that. I'd love
yeah,
to get Goku.
I love to
in
put him
those
into a
games.
fight to where it's more of a fight, right? Goku
Yeah.
versus Superman. In all honesty, and I kind of teetered on showing this when I made the second one, was that Superman's just trying to avoid killing this guy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, he's just kind of like, hey, calm down, man. And Goku's like, no, I'm the best fighter in the world. I gotta fight you. And Superman's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't showcase it in the fight, but the problem with Superman is you got to be able to stop him from just flying to any other star and just powering up and then coming back like
Yeah.
4 times stronger than he used to be. But which makes him a broken character for the rules that we have in Death Battle.
Right.
So that's why I would love to bring Goku back in somebody else. But we got way off track from Android 18 versus Captain Marvel.
it's still related. Dragon
Yeah.
Ball characters and stuff.
I mean, we were talking about like misrepresentation stuff. I know some people had a little bit of an issue with the idea that we gave Android 18 energy absorption.
yeah, that is one thing that I didn't realize she had. That's from the games, right?
In the show, in the show and the manga, and I'm talking about the Japanese manga, they specifically, the closest it comes to determining whether or not she has it is they call what Zero is, Android 20, an energy absorption model. And they call themselves infinite energy models. And so some people interpret that as saying, oh, well, the energy, because the idea of the energy absorption models, they absorb energy to keep their full power up.
Right.
Sure.
They don't have the infinite energy thing running them at all times. So
Right.
eventually their battery is going to run dry, basically, unless they keep absorbing energy. And so some people interpret that as, oh, well, 18 and 17 didn't need to absorb energy because they already have an unlimited source of energy. But it doesn't say that. Like, it doesn't say that they don't have that they can't do that. And I figured it makes sense that they would have the ability because they were specifically built to kill Goku.
Right.
And Goku uses energy. And Jiro's energy absorption models are older models than, well, it's an older model type than 18 and 17.
Even though the
It's
numbers
like-
are higher?
Yeah. No, well, he made energy absorption models, then he made Android 18 and 17. He couldn't control them. So then
So
he
he went
made
back to-
19 an
okay,
energy absorption
okay.
model. And for some fucking reason, he made himself an
Wait,
energy
so why did he
absorption
make
model.
16?
16, what?
Why did he make 16?
Well, we don't really know. The
Okay.
theory is, or at least I think Toriyama might have mentioned that it's like his son. He tried to recreate his son or
Holy
something like that.
shit.
Yeah.
Astro Boy. It's literally Astro Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that.
But evil.
But he
But,
wasn't evil.
But 16,
At first he was.
16 wasn't complete.
Okay.
Like, I don't think he ever technically completed 16. I don't know. Giro was all over the place. He also called his cyborgs androids, and that's again another thing I saw people mentioning. In the original manga, they're called I meant to pull this up, but I can't remember the exact word that they're called. But the word in Japanese translates to artificial human, and they're called artificial humans because back in Dragon Ball, when we met Android 8,
Ader. Yeah.
he's a robot. He's an android. It's artificial human, completely fake human. But for some reason, he just kept calling them artificial humans when he brought in real humans and made them cyborgs. I don't know. Whatever.
So just to be clear, this is a bit of a side note, but you're telling me that Androids 17 and 18 have infinite energy.
Have a battery that is. I would.
Because that
Iron Man.
sounds like
If they say it's infinite energy in the anime, I think it's probably more apt to call it a continuous energy source.
Like Iron Man.
Yeah, kind of like that.
that just sounds like you could use it for so many other things besides killer robots. Like,
Sure.
Whoa. That is like the best thing to use it for.
I know. I'm not saying
That's what Iron Man uses
I'm
the
not
arc
saying
reactor for.
inferior.
You
I'm
would
saying
take over
other
the
things.
world guaranteed. Who's gonna
In
stop?
fact, they do take
could
over
be-
the
Yeah.
world in
you,
one time.
You could become like stupid rich. You could sell this thing to other companies, to
Yeah, but if I
cities,
own the
whatever.
world, I don't
they
have to
owe
buy
you all the
anything.
money.
Giro just wanted revenge. That's all he wanted.
That, and if I own the world, I don't have to pay for anything.
You know what? I bet you anything.
If nobody's alive, then what does it matter?
I just take it.
Okay, so Giro. what if? So Giro.
Plants his little flag on the top the pile of bodies.
Giro puts himself into an android body, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why he does that, he says that it's so he can live forever, like 18 and 17. What if his plan was, okay, I'm gonna kill Goku, and then I'm gonna sell this energy thing, and I'm gonna become super rich? Maybe that was his plan all along.
I guess, but if you did it the reverse order, you sell it, get rich, maybe Goku won't suspect you're a bad guy.
He's a crazy mad scientist. He doesn't
Yeah.
use logic like that.
He's crazy.
I
man
guess.
scientist.
I'm getting some Bertrand flashbacks from the Doomsday episode.
Oh, that's exactly what happens. Like he builds these androids, and then he's like, they're so
also builds
powerful.
Cell, too, right?
And then they kill him. Yeah,
Pretty much.
somehow.
He had a really elaborate plan once you think about it. He's like, hey, this is what we're gonna do to get back at Goku. All right, and everyone's at the table. They got their pens and paper. Like, okay, we're gonna get him. Red Ribbon Army coming back. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of my body. I'm gonna become an android. So the other people are like, okay, we had that android thing back in the day. Okay, then I'm gonna make more androids that are more powerful than me. And I'm not gonna have that much control over them, and they might kill all of you.
Okay.
But it's gonna work.
I got a question,
Yes.
Dr. Giro.
Yeah.
Why not make yourself the most powerful android?
No. I gotta throw the Z fighters off. I gotta throw them off. Because they
That's not going to throw them off. That's just going
show,
to that's just going to ensure your demise. That's all that's going to do.
because they show up first, right? Like Dr. Giro and,
Sure.
and the weird one shows
Sure.
up. It's gonna throw them off, right? While they're dealing with us.
Yes, you're throwing us off because we don't understand how this helps
it's
you.
okay. It's okay. Your funding is gonna go. It's gonna go to good work.
Okay.
So he's like, then while all that's happening, like 2 people's left the room already. While all that's happening, I have this alien thing that I'm making.
Also, I'm going to go blow up South City.
Yes.
That's
that
how I'm
too.
gonna get him out.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
that
get him out. I have this alien thing that's cultivating in a thing, and it's gonna eat the androids that I can't control.
Wait, hold on.
get more power.
You're
You're
already
eat them-
planning on not being able to control these androids, Dr.
Yeah, I
Giro?
said that like a couple sentences. They're way more powerful than I am. You guys better be scared. So
Also, this thing that I have growing, like these androids are gonna be ready to tomorrow. Actually,
yeah.
like in 3 years. But this thing is gonna take like 20 years to
Yeah.
grow. So
Yeah.
this is a long-term thing.
about that time, the 2
Dr. Giro
androids.
plays the long game.
Yeah, he plays the long game.
That's why he's got to get a robot
20-year-long game.
Right. See, it all comes full circle. That's why you have to be a robot, because he has to live long enough for not only to get killed by the 2 androids that he made, for the thing that he's growing to eat them
It was
and
his
then
plan.
kill Goku.
It was his
That's
plan
the
to get
plan.
killed.
Yeah.
This is the plan. We're gonna.
That is the plan. So in Cliff Notes, in bullet points, everyone's left the room by this time. He's just talking to himself.
Talking to empty chairs.
In bullet points, make self-android, build android bodyguard, build 2 more powerful androids, build an alien that's gonna eat the 2 powerful androids, kill Goku.
I won't be around to see it.
And then somebody says, "Oh, by the way, Goku just died of a heart attack."
Oh, that's right. After all that. Zoro has no money left. He had to work out of a friggin' cave.
Yep.
Like, cause he blew it all.
Because all the investors
I
left.
totally forgot about that.
All the
I
investors
totally
left. He walked
forgot
out of
he
the
just
room.
dies of a heart attack.
Yeah.
He comes up with this whole plan, and he's like, and then we're gonna poison Goku with the heart disease.
Oh no.
After all that,
Yeah, it's like
he's like in the
Yzma
process of building all these robots. He's like, I got an even better idea.
He just randomly, no, he's in the process of building all these robots, right? He's like freaking, like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome or whatever. And he's like taking the last piece of his humanity out, like his regular body to put his last body in. He just clicks onto the news, because Goku might be popular, whatever. Goku dies of a heart attack or whatever. And he's sitting there with like
Local
one arm in
hero.
his hand, like, oh no. What have I done with my life? My wife, my kids.
I sacrificed them all.
And the 16's like, Dad, I'm still here. Shut up, you.
It's like Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove, but sadder.
I totally forgot he just dies of a heart attack.
That's
Man,
gold.
he's really stupid. He's really,
Who?
Dr. Giro.
Dr. Giro. Yeah, I mean,
Who
that's
could have predicted he was going to die of a heart disease?
Yeah.
Who could possibly see that
still
coming?
he still made a 20-year plan that involved making 3, 4, 5,
I mean-
5 robots and an alien.
He's number 20. That's
in his
at least
defense,
20.
I just thought he was just numbering them weirdly.
He's just starting. He just made 8, and he just skipped all the way to like 13 and up.
In Jiro's defense, he
There had
has
to
seen
been
how
others.
In his
powerful
defense.
he has seen how powerful Goku is. So he might have figured, he'll probably kill like 10
Why
of
not
these
just
things
make
before
Cell?
I'm able to finish them off. Cell probably came about while he was in the middle of making Android 17 and 18.
Oh, is that what happened?
He was just like putting 18 together and was like, oh, you know what would be great?
He's just thinking all these
A
ideas.
cicada monster.
Cicada monster. I like how he's just thinking of all these ideas as he's building himself. Like he thought of Cell, he thought of the heart disease. He thought.
He's just like Toriyama. He just writes as he goes. Like,
He had been thinking like, okay, all these androids I've made, they look like people. I'm gonna make the stuff of nightmares for this last one.
Make this stuff a nightmare.
He's gonna drink
first
you
he
with the
makes
tail.
the clown one. He's like, this is stupid.
I made this one as a joke.
He just makes it as a joke. It's like one of them's gotta
He
die at
does.
some point. It's going to be the clown one.
I like him finishing. You know how you watch something that you worked on and you kind of just like take a step back to kind of look at it. And he's standing up there and he's looking at it and he's like, I didn't think this through. I didn't think this through at all. This isn't.
I mean, given how he looks when he's like an android,
He could have had any body he wanted.
he looks like
he chose that.
Yeah, he looks like a freaking like jester thing. He probably like stepped back from Android 19 and was like, that looks great. Like, this is
Oh, I was
beautiful.
talking about the body that he made for himself.
Oh yeah, his
Yeah,
body too.
he's-
Well, his
he
body's
has-
like got like poofy like
He's got like
arms.
super mullet going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he still has an old face.
Well, it's also his face because Bulma recognizes him.
He could have just made.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
Like, he had the perfect chance to completely go undercover. He blew it.
He could have just walked up to Goku like, "Hey, I'm your
could've been
delivery.
anyone.
I'm bringing up your 1,200 pounds of
That's
meat
how he could
today."
have got the heart disease to him.
him the
But
heart
Bulma foiled that whole plan. But Goku still got heart disease because he eats terribly.
Oh no.
I guess. I don't know.
Dr.
Yeah, it never
Giro almost
explained why
is
he
as
got it.
bad as Bertron. He's pretty much there.
Bertrand is the guy who made Doomsday.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have a whole
Go
deal
watch.
about him.
I think it was the very first episode of this podcast. So
One of,
yeah,
yeah.
one of them. So go back and watch it. It was a really fun conversation.
Anyway,
actually.
I don't know how to transition from that to Dollar Shave Club, so I'm just
do
gonna
it.
Do
You-
it.
He had a.
What
he had
does
a
it
wacky
take to
mustache.
trim Dr. Giro's mustache?
Yeah, he had a wacky mustache.
Exactly. Did he?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
He had a super mustache.
If you want to be able to
Oh, delivery.
Special delivery.
shave a robotic mustache like Giro's,
A robotic
mustache.
like what is his mustache made of? Like aluminum? I don't know.
It too was trying to kill Goku.
The robot
How
mustache
sweet would that
comes
have
off.
been if, like, like
I got you now.
No, listen to me. When Dr. Giro gets beheaded by Android 17, you haven't seen the last of me. The mustache just starts like flapping, like flying off of his face, its own sentient being.
It starts
Like
powering
there's a
up.
face in the middle of it, like a
And then
bat.
Dr. 17, and then Android 17 whips out this Dollar Shave Club deal right here and
Yes.
kills it because. Tell them how good
Do you
it
want
is,
to
Ben.
show off the Dollar Shave Club thing while I read
Oh,
about it?
gladly.
So Dollar Shave Club, and I'm reading from this thing this time, so I'm not gonna fuck it up. Sorry, Blue Apron. Dollar Shave Club is the smarter choice when it comes to shaving. Get a great shave at a great price, conveniently delivered right to your door. It's an awesome life hack and no-brainer choice. You no longer have to schlep to the store.
Schlep?
Slept?
And so it says schlep to the store to
I don't even know what that means, but I'm
Hold
glad
on.
I don't have to do it.
schlep. You never heard of schlepping?
No, keep going.
Can you
please.
schlep for me?
Schlepping is like carrying a bunch of stuff and it's
Oh,
like
it's a real thing.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've
Schlepping
ever
is
heard
like
this
if
word.
you're like traveling somewhere, but you got to carry a bunch of stuff, like carrying a bunch of weight.
You're like in a spelling bee.
How to spell schlep?
You just
you're like-
immediately bust out laughing.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Could you use it in a sentence?
Anyway, you can get high quality blades and amazing shave butter. Where's that butter?
That's the
There's the
sentence
phone.
that
No.
the spelling bee person uses.
Shave butter.
Shave butter?
No, the ad.
Boom.
Oh, how you
starts going
can
through
use
the
it in a sentence? Yeah, shave butter. Delivered right to your door for an incredible smooth shave. Also, Father's Day is coming up.
Yay.
With Father's Day right around the corner, what better gift to give than a membership to Dollar Shave Club? It's actually a really smart idea. It's actually a really good idea.
There you go.
I'm saying that like I didn't look at this before, but like it is a good idea. The best part is you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to get an extremely high quality razor. And for a limited time, you can get your first month for only $5 with free shipping. And after that, razors are only like a few bucks a month.
Who are you showing the razor to?
Camera.
Camera.
Boom. There you go. Razor.
In your
razors.
in your first month's box, you'll get a weighty handle.
Making kiss.
Show it off.
Yeah. It's actually got some good weight to it too. It does not feel cheap at
Shake
all.
my hand.
A full cassette.
You don't want that.
A full cassette of 4 executive
You
cartridges.
shave your own hand. I will not be responsible for what happens now.
You don't want to be responsible for hair on my hand?
You
Keep going, Ben. Don't get off track.
got to take the thing off.
Oh, do I got to take the thing? No, I didn't.
Oh, it says
You
on the
already
thing.
did.
Okay.
Why are you making me feel?
A full cassette of 4 executive cartridges.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
And a tube of shave butter.
I can be a hand model.
Here, get some post-shave cream on that.
This right here.
No, that's the shave butter. This
Hey,
is
you
post-shave
give me too many
cream.
things.
Shave butter. Come here.
No, I already put the. Oh,
there it goes.
What's happening?
You can't take it back now. All right, you can go for it by going to www.dollarshaveclub.com/cast. That's dollarshaveclass.com /
You want to repeat that again?
dollarshaveclub.com /
This is like the
There you
best
go.
set of
CAST.
ads read on a podcast ever.
Hey, that's what happened when Chad has a baby. What am I supposed to do? God, Chad.
Am I Chad?
Jeez,
Are you taking-
Chad, why you gotta have a baby and leave me with all these ad reads?
Speaking.
Congratulations or whatever.
Oh,
Or congratulations, whatever you said earlier.
speaking
Congrats.
of robot mustaches.
Which can be shaved with Dollar Shave Club.
Yep. Dragon Ball Z. Speaking of Dragon Ball Z.
Uh-huh.
E3. You want to talk about that?
Speaking of E3, back to Dragon Ball Z. I think that's what we really want to talk
I was gonna get
about.
to that later. I actually want to do the out of context comic book panel first.
Okay.
You want to do that right now?
You're the leader.
Let's do that right now. Let's look at the out of context comic book panel.
Of course, it's Superman
read
yet
it.
again, the
I'm gonna
king
read
of out of context comics.
Okay.
Jimmy, this gift you got me for. Oh man, do I?
You can't read it. Hang on.
Father's Day makes me sorry I even adopted you as my son. I'll
my
have to
God.
destroy it to teach you a lesson. But Superman, I mean, Dad, what did I do wrong?
Man, if my dad
That
just
sounds awful. Why is Superman such a dick?
if my
Oh
dad
God,
opens
I
up,
remember finding this when I was researching Superman, actually.
that's so funny.
I remember.
Like, if my dad
my
opens
hand.
up the gift I give him for Father's Day and he's just like, son, I don't like this, and then incinerates it with his eyes, I mean, it would hurt, yeah, but
You have a bottle opener?
it'd still be cool because my dad has
This
laser
is
eyes.
twist off.
Well, my hand's
figure
full
it
of
out.
Dollar Shave Club juice.
Oh,
Dollar
okay.
Shave Club juice.
Here, I'll get it.
Thank you. Carry on.
I mean, I finished my thought. You guys weren't paying attention. That's on you.
Yes, that would suck.
Why was
If
he
I got
burning the
my
roll?
dad a box of Dollar Shave Club and was like, Dad, happy Father's Day, and then he burnt it with his laser vision.
It'd be awesome if your dad had laser vision.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
At least Jimmy Olsen has a dad with laser eyes.
Yeah, that's cool. So why did Superman adopt him?
God, that's from pre-crisis, so I don't remember spending too much time on that. But I think he just wanted like a dad. Like I think his dad is like he was in an orphanage or something.
That's
I don't remember.
usually the story.
I would be one of the saltiest kids if we're in an orphanage and Superman does not pick me, but he picks you to be.
What?
Because
Are you me specifically?
No, I'm just
You're looking
saying.
me straight in the eye as you're saying
Because he
this.
said he
I thought
adopted
it was
him.
personal.
So I'm saying, like, if they're all in the orphanage, right? And Superman comes in, it's like, hey, I'm gonna help one of these kids out. I'm gonna get their life together. I'm gonna adopt them. Superman? Like, there's the dad of all dads.
For clarity,
me, Superman.
okay,
For clarity, I don't think he was in an orphanage. I think there was some other like circumstance.
I'm just saying,
there,
still.
But,
Even
like-
so, he probably would
the
have shown
idea
up
of
as
it.
Clark Kent.
I'll start
not
juggling.
Superman.
well, yeah,
Although-
I think
Trying to
that's the
impress
thing.
him.
I think that's the shtick of the comic is that Superman adopts him, not Clark Kent.
Does Jimmy even know?
No. So
He has
that's
no
the problem.
idea who his dad actually
I
is.
think actually Superman is trying to be a dick because he doesn't. He wants he
damn.
wants Jimmy Olsen
Why?
to not want to be his son anymore. I think that's what he's doing.
Why did he adopt them?
This is old comics. Like I think there's some situation where like gets him into this
awful.
mess where Jimmy Olsen is technically adopted by Superman. He's like, damn it, this is not gonna work.
He just decided he didn't want kids?
So I'm gonna be an asshole because he's got to be Clark Kent during like the off hours.
Oh, so he's too busy
Yeah.
to be a dad.
So, like-
there are truck drivers out there, people in the army, and they're great dads. But Superman can't take time out of his day, which doesn't exist because he's faster than the speed of fucking light, to be a dad.
Yeah, but every time he spends with Jimmy Olsen throwing the old pigskin around, somebody gets hit by a car. He could have saved that person.
He literally can do it in a blink of an
Checkmate,
eye.
Torrian.
He literally can be like, as he throws the ball and you hear someone scream, he can go save them, kill the person who attacked them, and then come back and catch the ball. Like before Jimmy Olsen even notices. Man, Superman's a dick.
I mean, old school Superman, like Superman in a lot of stories is kind of a dick. Like that's kind of
awesome.
whenever writers just don't really know what to do with Superman,
They just make him a dick.
kind of turns into a dick. Like,
Hey, the writers didn't know what to do with me, so fuck your house. That's great.
I mean, there's multiple stories where he's like, oh, even Young Justice did this. The TV show that was up for
Yeah.
a while. Like Superboy is made. Superboy is the clone of Superman and Lex Luthor that Lex Luthor makes, or whatever, and he's brought into the show, and he shows up, and everybody's like, Superboy, meet Superman. And he's like, hi, Superman, can you be my dad? And so- he doesn't actually say that, but that's kind of what's implied.
I'm about to say this a little off-putting, like, whoa.
I need a father figure in my life. And Superman's like,
There's Batman.
oh, huh.
Oh, what's that? Somebody needs saving. Goodbye.
Oh, I hear an ambulance. I better go.
You're an ambulance.
Like, that's kind of what happens for the whole series, which is rough.
I was making that up.
No, that's literally what it is.
I was completely making that up. I haven't seen that show.
It's literally what it is.
He does try to, and I've seen a little bit of the show, he does avoid him. And I didn't get it, but maybe, is that why he tries to avoid him? Like he just doesn't want to.
He just doesn't really know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's his whole thing. He's just nervous around
What powers did he get from Lex Luthor?
non-flight,
No.
like walking.
He's like stuck in between. He can't go a certain
He
distance.
can't fly. Superboy can't fly. At least he couldn't at first. And that was his human side or whatever, grounding him. I
Sure.
don't know. Something along
Whatever.
those lines.
That's really so.
Anyway, we keep talking about Superman. I want to
learned
get
a
to
lot
these
of
news stories.
things.
You want to talk about E3? Let's talk about E3.
Let's be real here. We want to talk about E3 because we actually want to talk about Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah,
right?
that's literally the
Right?
only
We're
game.
We're still talking about Dragon
Let's
Ball.
all
I mean, I guess it's
be,
appropriate.
let's all be
Yeah.
honest, right? That is the only game at this year's E3 that everyone was one surprised about, as well as being excited about, as well as being surprised about, as well as being excited about.
All
like,
four of those things.
I mean, Metroid Prime 4. We haven't seen anything like.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
about
It's
it.
cool. To know, it's cool to know that Metroid.
Yeah.
It's cool to know that Metroid Prime 4 is in development,
Man,
but
look at that.
it's not time to get excited yet.
The Pokemon for Switch, they announced
Same
that because
thing.
everybody was getting mad about
That one's
Ultra Sun.
even
You see
less
how
unexpected.
Xbox enhances those cartoon graphics? Get the
It
hell out
does
here,
look
Xbox.
fantastic.
I know, it's exactly, okay.
Like,
For years, I have been saying, I want a 2D, like, competitive Dragon Ball fighting game.
Yeah.
Since I, like, really got into 2D fighters, like Street Fighter, Killer Instinct, Marvel vs. Capcom, the like, I kind of went back to, like, okay, what's something from, like, my childhood that I would love to see come back like this? Dragon Ball. Perfect. Arc System Works, they announced, like, a week or so before E3 that they were making a Dragon Ball game, and they had 2 screenshots, and I was like,
It's cool.
okay, I'm listening.
I'm listening.
And then they showed it at the Xbox
Showed it.
conference. It's exactly
It was the
what it
only
looks like it
thing
needed to be.
at the Xbox conference that people really gave a damn about.
Pretty much. Like, it was kind of a dry E3
I don't remember
overall.
anything
Xbox,
from
I don't.
the Xbox conference at all. Like,
It was just kind of a,
They showed off Assassin's Creed Origins. didn't they?
yeah.
let's be honest. Are you excited about Assassin's Creed?
There you
Exactly.
go.
Exactly. That is the response to when you ever.
mean-
when you hear Assassin's Creed, that is the response.
I'm more interested in this one than a lot of the past ones.
Sure.
They've broken their, yearly release cycle. They're going back to they're in BC now, which is I think completely new.
Yeah,
They
like
needed a year
ancient
to
Egypt.
make pyramids because it's still the same with Assassin's Creed. Like it
It's-
looks cooler a little
Sure.
bit, but it's still the same.
Well,
I-
a lot of the draw of Assassin's Creed is the setting.
sure.
So-
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
But,
although I'll be curious to know what they incorporated into Egypt so that you can climb up giant towers because it's not
I
really how
hope-
Egypt was set up back then.
I haven't played Assassin's Creed, but I know that they've kind of delved into this territory. I hope there's a scene that shows aliens building the pyramids. Just going off that
Okay.
old conspiracy
it's
theory.
gonna probably be those like dudes from
Prometheus.
whatever the guys are
engineers?
from Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, the first trilogy, has some weird story where it gets into like the original people who made
Yeah.
humanity and the Apple of Eden and all that crap. It's probably gonna be them building it, and then just like weird alien
Okay.
people building these like pyramids. or
Okay,
whatever.
that's pretty awesome. You fight aliens? That'd be cool.
100%
Maybe.
speculation.
I know.
I don't know. Maybe
it
it'll
should
be
be.
these original people. And like the story is about how they die off because the assassins all fuck them up. Like I don't know.
Anything else from E3?
I'm interested in Anthem just because I
Yeah.
like BioWare and they really didn't do very good with Andromeda. So I'm hoping, but that was like not their main team. They had
Right.
all their research
B
stuff
team,
really
the
put
C
into.
team.
Yeah, it was really put into this
Anthem.
new Anthem, which is kind of similar to Destiny.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed is that I was watching the demonstration. And I was
Yeah.
like, this kind of looks like the game I was hoping Destiny would be.
That's what I'm feeling like it too. Like I like the gameplay itself of the Mass Effect games, especially Andromeda. The gameplay is great. It's just the game itself and like the characters and stuff that I have problems with. But that gameplay in like a Destiny kind of game, like I would be totally on board for.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you can fly around on the jetpack thing.
yeah. The mobility is one
That's
of the
why
cooler things about it.
I didn't pick
I-
up Destiny because when they were showing Destiny, oh, here's Anthem. Yeah, this looks great.
Yeah.
It looks like a cross between like Lost Planet.
A little
A
bit.
little
of that.
bit, yeah. Now that you mention it.
Another game, but I thought Destiny was gonna be this, and then it turned out to be a first-person shooter that's not this, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I got into Destiny for a while, but I just hated their leveling system and how the loot worked. That
Yeah.
I just kind of
I thought it was kind of boring.
Annoyed.
I mean,
It worked well for a lot of people.
The only
sure.
concern I have with Anthem is that BioWare has yet to prove that they can make like a really compelling shooter. Because even Andromeda is still a lot of cover-based shooting. You just
Yeah.
hide behind a block and you pop
Yeah.
out every so often and shoot at things, and then it's done.
right?
And Destiny, I will give it that. Destiny is very like good shooting action.
Yeah.
It's one of the best shooters, just like as a shooter that I think has come out in recent.
for its shooter
Yeah,
mechanics.
for shooter mechanics and just like how fights work and stuff. The AI isn't like super like intelligent or whatever, but like it's good. And hopefully they can do something with Anthem. Like I love this. I love
Yeah,
just
that-
like the
that
environment
was cool.
traversing.
Yeah, it's not just airborne stuff.
This is
It's
what I
not
thought
just on
No
the
Man's
ground, it's
Sky
in the
was
water
gonna
too.
be.
There were a couple of
Yeah.
games that, at first glance, just the color patterns, the color palettes, whatever, made me think it looked like No Man's Sky. There was something that showed, I think, during the Xbox conference that Anthem came from. But you were like a bunch of dwarves.
But see here, look, see, Ben, you're
yeah.
not
no
hiding
dwarves
behind
cave.
cover.
I don't know what it was actually.
You're not hiding behind cover and stuff here. This is great.
Yeah, I mean it might.
delve
see.
into that later?
I don't think we've seen enough.
Sure.
But hopefully there's more than
It's on my radar for sure. That's about all I can.
Speaking of No Man's Sky, did you know Neil deGrasse Tyson is making a No Man's Sky game?
What? What do you mean?
He's kickstarting it. It's called like Deep Space or something like that.
Neil deGrasse Tyson Sky?
Yeah. Like he's kickstarting it. I just saw it when I was like looking at news stories. I was
Like
oh.
he's making a game, or he's going to be the consultant?
He's got a team.
Or okay.
So he's not like
And-
producing it or whatever.
okay.
Or he's,
All right,
or he's not like
Neil
developing it or
deGrasse
something like
Tyson.
that.
Go
So that's
sit
a
down.
thing that's happening.
Does he do anything? Does he do anything productive?
What kind of a question is that?
Now, hear me out. Hear me
He
out.
sciences like crazy.
Hear me out. He's okay, right? You say that, right?
Sure.
But like, I don't like. What has he done for the planet?
You know, I actually don't really know. I can't answer
See,
that.
no one knows.
But I'm not the kind
We
of
just
person
know
to
him
ask.
as Neil deGrasse Tyson. He shows up on TV shows. He spouts out his little knowledge every now and then, whatever. But what the hell has he done?
If
Elon
nothing-
Musk.
You mean as a scientist?
Yeah, like as a scientist.
If
I'm not-
nothing else, he could be. I feel.
Oh, is that
kinda
it
bad
right
now-
there?
There it is, Space Odyssey.
Yeah, he made a
sweet.
graphic.
Yeah, so
With all
Nintendo,
his science, he
This
made a
is-
graphic.
this is
Nintendo
the
did
coup
the
de
same thing
grace.
with Metroid, and
Yeah, but they're
people
not
like that fine.
scientists.
What?
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Are you critiquing?
Back up. He's critiquing Neil deGrasse on what he has accomplished as a scientist.
I'm not saying he
And
hasn't accomplished anything. I just don't know.
say that because I'm not like
Right.
I'm not well
Sure.
versed enough.
I'm
in
pretty
that.
sure.
Same. But
don't
if
know- I don't know
nothing,
enough
if nothing else, I think it's fair to say that he kind of fills a role like Bill Nye, where he
Sure.
is like popular science. Like
That's why
yeah.
people
he
like
brings
him.
science to the masses and makes it interesting.
Right.
I'm
nothing
looking it
else,
up right
I think
now.
you can credit him
What
for that.
is what has Neil deGrasse Tyson accomplished in this lifetime? He is
That's my favorite thing.
career. I'm just looking up on Wikipedia.
Okay, hot fire minute.
While
on other
I'm
things.
while I'm looking up this, I do want to move on from E3 real quick to some other news. Did you guys, in comic book news, there's a crossover coming up.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
That is wonderful.
What is it?
Everybody's favorite Justice Leaguer, the Martian Manhunter, is going to be going up against
Oh.
Marvin the Martian.
Oh man.
I think I got a picture of that for you guys. to pull up.
Do we have a picture?
Yeah.
Anything they have to
It's-
tease this.
Why?
Incredible.
That reminds me, I did see another crossover thing. I wasn't sure if it was fake or not. In light of
There it is.
okay, in light of this, it may not actually be fake, but I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly,
That's actually really cool.
it was Batman and Elmer Fudd.
It could. Oh my God. Is there just going to be a Looney Tunes like
was-
series of crossovers with them?
I think there might be, because if that's real, then this might be too. It was really weird and creepy looking because it was like this noir art style. And it just went to this, I think it was like a bar in the middle of a rainy city or something grim like that. And it was just Elmer Fudd at a bar getting a drink.
Like he does.
And Batman was somewhere in the vicinity, I guess.
Okay. Neil deGrasse Tyson has been an astronomer most of the time. He's discovered a bunch of planets and things like that.
Oh.
Yeah, so shut up, Torrian.
He's not.
Sure.
He's not like inventing light bulbs. He's discovering what's out there.
Oh,
like that's his
okay,
thing. And then he
sure.
writes books about it. And then he gets on.
So he
TV.
looks through a telescope and is like, that looks like a planet. That's a planet. Bring the cameras in. Bring the cameras in.
Would you know
Hello.
to identify a planet?
I'm
if you
Neil
saw one?
deGrasse Tyson. I looked out in
Titan?
space. Yep, Titan.
Neil deGrasse
I
Tyson.
looked out in space. I seen a dot. It got little swirls on it. This is a new planet. And they published it, and everybody go crazy. You know, B.O.B. was right.
How about you go do it, Torrian?
I can look through a telescope.
And name a planet
Go
that
for
has
it.
not been discovered before?
Yeah. What is he? Realistically, what is he looking for? Right? He's looking for something that's out of the ordinary.
Is this like something that you wanted to debate? Because you seem really passionate
No,
about.
I just
about this.
Every time someone brings them up, I'm like, okay,
Have you seen the Cosmos?
no. Yes, a little bit of it.
It's really good. He did a really good job with that.
It's a little boring.
Well,
He doesn't discover any
I'm
planets.
sorry.
There's
Neil
no winning
deGrasse
with you,
Tyson isn't
Torrian.
doing backflips every 5 minutes.
He should be. Bill Nye is awesome.
Because he does backflips.
No, because
He does do dance numbers now.
He's got a theme song
yeah.
that's just his name over and over again, and it's still awesome somehow.
So what if Neil deGrasse Tyson had it? Neil as his.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. You're missing
Guy.
another. Yeah, there you go.
what else we got?
So, in movie news, the Black Panther teaser came out.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is more of a trailer than.
I didn't watch it.
It
I'm
looks
done.
really good. There's nothing really to talk about. It just looks really good. I just wanted to bring that up because it looks good. Everybody check it out.
Sure. I just don't want to like.
I'll see
I
it.
watched too many. Even though Wonder Woman was still great and it still blew my mind, I watched too much of it.
Sure.
Same thing I'm doing with Spider-Man: Homecoming. Like I'm done.
Okay, well, Spider-Man: Homecoming, the first teaser they put out was perfect. It was exactly what it needed to be. It set a
Theatrical
tone.
trailer.
It set a tone. It gave you like little glimpses as to like brief moments and stuff. It's perfect. The next one, pretty sure it just gave the entire movie a bullet
I was
points.
so mad that I seen that and I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
I was like,
Same.
well, fucking Iron Man just helps him.
We know what happens to the boat or
Well,
whatever.
what
that's
the
strong
hell?
part. We know what happens to the suit.
Yeah.
The Iron Man suit that he gets. Like, why would you put a trailer like that
Like,
together?
so
It's
dumb.
big plot points.
Yeah, like that's dumb. But big plot twists. Because we wouldn't go in expecting what happens to the suit, like without having seen the trailer. But anyway.
So now the movie, we're like, oh, can't wait till you get his suit taken away. Oh, can't wait
I
till
was
you
trying
get
to avoid that
back.
specifically, but okay.
I mean, that's in the trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not everybody watching necessarily has seen it.
yeah. And you just spoil the whole movie for them.
Well, that trailer spoiled the whole movie.
Yeah,
for
that's
them.
true.
Torrian's bringing everybody down with them.
And there's one other, cinematic universe out there that's trying to be successful. The Mummy came out this past weekend. It pulled in, its budget was $125 million. Which
a lot of money.
It sounds like a lot of money, but that's actually kind of low in terms of like big budget blockbuster films. But it only brought in 31
Oh, no.
million dollars
that's
here.
That is a loss.
Domestically,
US.
it'll do better, but
Will it?
absolutely.
That's
Actually,
how these things almost always go.
Yeah, outside the U.S., it's done much better, and it's already brought in total, $181 million.
Oh wow.
Oh, well,
Okay.
there you
So
go.
it has,
So it's made a profit.
made a profit from the movie production. There's also advertising, which is not involved there.
That's usually like
General
is
rule
that
of
usually
thumb is
double the
double it.
movie's budget or just the same amount as the movie's.
General rule of thumb is just double it. It's obviously not an exact number, but generally these studios will double it. Maybe for something like The Mummy. Yeah, I mean, it was advertised pretty heavily, so I would say double it. So $250 million is probably what they absolutely need to make before they make a complete, concrete profit. But they're well on their way to doing that. So we'll probably see Bride of Frankenstein in 2 years.
Oh boy.
And the dark universe will continue.
Starring Scarlett Johansson.
She's just in everything.
That'd be the fucking worst. I would, man.
I don't know if they've announced who the bride is going to be.
I don't think they have. I also don't care enough about this dark universe to bother trying to follow it.
I also want to know.
Like, what is the Bride of
what
Frankenstein
about
gonna be
Frankenstein?
doing? Yeah, like,
Yeah, that is weird. I
is
think
she gonna
part
be
of it
kicking
might
ass
be.
or something, or?
Well, I think part of the reason why they're going straight to Bride of Frankenstein is because there's already been 2 Frankenstein movies in semi-recent years.
Yep,
Yes.
I Frankenstein.
That's
he had the
right.
iPhone. He was.
I Frankenstein, then Victor Frankenstein.
Yeah, that was the other one. I don't know which one's which. I haven't seen either.
One of them is like a super action film, and one of them has
I Frankenstein is a
Daniel
super action
Radcliff.
film.
Daniel Radcliffe and the guy who plays
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy
Yeah.
as Igor and Victor. That one I've heard is like decent, but I haven't seen it.
Me neither.
So I guess, but like if you're gonna really kick off this dark universe thing, you might as well come in with like the big names. But I guess that's what they're doing. I don't know. I'm still kind of like not interested in it because they're making like action films out of horror monsters,
Yeah.
which feels weird to me.
Tom
but
Cruise can't do anything else.
apparently, a lot of people are saying that this is maybe one of his worst performances. Actually,
Yeah,
which
that's
is weird.
That's what I've
But
heard as
I don't
well.
know. Like I'm this is all hearsay because I haven't actually seen the movie. So, hope maybe the future movies will do well.
I think do you think it's a trend to have these lead like female villains? Because Power Rangers, granted, I mean that's always been a lead female villain for the most part, but like Suicide Squad, Mummy, Power Rangers, the last villain is this female
Wonder
trying to-
Woman.
yeah,
Sort of. Well, I won't
mean-
spoil Wonder Woman, but
yeah.
there's a female bad guy who
Yeah.
you think is
Sure,
going to be.
is one of the main villains.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, there's been a push to, at least on social media and in those kinds of circles, to really bring a lot of female characters to the forefront.
Right.
We've been getting that with like Star Wars and the Marvel movies, Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman, that kind of stuff. So with that comes female supervillains to the forefront. So that kind
Well, I can barely remember the last big like male supervillain in like a superhero or action movie or something.
You saw Wonder Woman, right?
Did you see Wonder Woman?
Yeah, I mean, but that, like I said, like that just happened though. I'm talking about before.
This isn't a spoiler. Ares is like he's the villain.
I know. I'm just saying that's like that
Pretty big
that
villain
was
in
just
DC.
recently though. Like before that, it's been 2 women.
Ultron was
Ultron's
in
a robot.
Avenger- but very distinctly male.
Could have been female. He just he chose a male voice.
Tell that to
no.
who
chose
voiced
the
him again?
male voice.
Yeah,
James
just
Spader.
Google Ultron on DeviantArt. I'm sure you'll
Oh
find all
Lord.
Voltron
yeah.
does. He.
There's a
Voltron.
100% chance
I
that
said
exists.
Voltron.
Voltron?
Voltron does become a woman in the comics, so it's possible. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm ready.
All right. We are already over time. We got to get to these questions.
Pull out the Ultron woman
get to-
and get to the question.
No. Like, I appreciate broadcast team. You guys have been doing a great job bringing up all
Yes.
this video game stuff,
Pull
but
out the Ultron woman.
please don't bring up female Ultron.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bring
no.
up female Ultron.
Oh no.
Bring up female Ultron.
Instead, let's bring up these questions. I want to, as always, you can send us questions using the hashtag DeathBattleCast, and we will answer them at the end of every single show. So let's bring up the first one.
From Dante Copy, what do you guys do for fun after work? Okay.
No, I go home and cry.
Shit.
For fun?
Gee.
What do you do when you're sad?
Cry harder.
Cry hard.
Yeah.
Starring Ben Singer.
Oh man, that was awful.
I need to at least see a Cry Hard starring Ben Singer movie poster.
Cry hard.
No, I
There you
mean, we a lot of us joined Screw Tag because we're gamers. So I think
Yeah.
a lot of us will say that we play games a lot when we're hanging out.
Yeah, Smash Brothers and Killer Instinct are some of our favorite after-work pastimes. Usually Smash Brothers because it's more inclusive, 8 players plus. Who doesn't like Smash Brothers?
Right.
But Torrian and I were huge into Killer Instinct, and I brought my arcade stick down from Dallas today, just so that after we're done with this podcast, we can get some matches together.
Right, and that took up a ton of room in his car, so it was really difficult for him to do that.
It's not that big.
No, he just like made a point. Like it was like I'm just kidding. I
what you're talking
play
about.
other competitive games as well. So I think we just play mainly I think it's just gaming.
Sometimes we go see a movie if there's something big that came out that we're all interested in. Like John and I went to see Wonder Woman. I'm sure that would have been a big group thing, but I haven't quite made the move down to Austin yet, and the rest of you guys have. But we've done that for like pretty much all the main superhero movies, just because that's easy for us to talk about on things like this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things that we do, like after work, we can still kind of apply to like what we do here, because we're talking about Wonder Woman and these
We could have talked
nerdy
about Wonder
things.
Woman.
We did talk about Wonder Woman last time.
No, like the
Remember when
movie.
you said that Ares wasn't in the movie?
Oh no, I'm saying like we could have like had a whole segment about it. I didn't
we
realize
did
that you'd seen it.
last episode. You were here. We
Talked about the
we
movie?
talked about Wonder Woman.
In depth?
No, because it's
Okay,
we
then.
don't want to spoil it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Sudden death. We'll say
Sure, sudden death.
Okay.
That'll be fine. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
we can
what
talk
I'm
about it
saying. Like,
I just said
didn't know-
John and I went to
That's
see
a
it.
I
good
didn't know
idea.
he's
That's a
seen
good idea. All right, let's get the second question.
Who do we have? Danger Doom 360. Do you use storyboards for animation, or does the animator get to interpret the script as they see fit?
Ooh, this process has evolved a lot. I mean, nowadays you kind of storyboard your stuff.
This is why I
digitally.
think I'm a fraud, because I do not use storyboards.
You don't use traditional storyboards.
I don't. You guys give me a script, right? How you want the fight to play out to, point out the points of why whatever character wins, whatever character loses. Then I make an action script with just actions like that I want to do and how I want to present each idea or whatever. I literally just take words from that script and put them in blocks in Premiere. And so at this point, I want this to happen or whatever. There's no visual representation. And now that we are over in animation and I see these crazy animatics or whatever, and I was like, man, I'm a fraud.
Well, Death Battle's animation process is a bit different from like a more story-driven.
Yeah, it's
animation.
not like an episodic thing. It's kind of like
Yeah, well, we don't necessarily have specific shots that
Right.
we're trying to develop to get across a certain feeling or whatever. Well, it's very much like I love the fact that Death Battle, and especially DBX, leaves some room open for animators to kind of like interpret things and like change the stuff
Sure.
around. Every so often there'll be some stuff. I mean, with every fight, especially in Death Battle, we have scenes that we want to get across a certain way. But we've developed a system where we can communicate with the animators that without necessarily having to make storyboards. Not that we don't do storyboards. In fact, I used to make storyboards all the time. Like that was standard practice for Death Battle all the way up until probably you joined. I'm pretty sure I made storyboards for the first couple episodes that you worked on.
yeah.
And then we got like kind of a process going where we were like, okay, we don't necessarily need to do that because we can create kind of a flow where we can kind of like edit stuff on the fly.
Sure. I think
Because Death Battle lends to that,
Right.
but most animation does not.
no, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say that right now, and most of any production does not. It just
Yeah.
kind of fits our process for Death
because it's
Battle
a
itself.
fight, right?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, to a certain degree, you could do a storyboard pass on choreography, but a lot of times you don't.
Exactly.
Right? Like when I mean, even for like live action movies, obviously they have storyboards, right? But they don't storyboard when in detail the crazy choreography that
No.
John Wick comes up with.
That's not their
That's
job.
not storyboarded.
The
right.
choreographer comes up with a lot of the action like,
Right.
on set.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of thing. That's how action scenes works.
Right.
So, because we do so much of that, it doesn't really lend to it.
Right.
But we still do it sometimes.
A little
we do it
bit.
all the time. But yeah. I mean, that's basically it.
You should storyboard though. Any type of animation.
Anytime you're doing like a
sh-
story-driven
yeah,
thing,
the
or
story-driven. They are storyboards.
like you're trying to
have
get
fight
across
boards.
something. Fight boards. What would it be?
It just be one punch in another frame. Then it goes to another punch in another frame. It's kind of like a comic book.
But that shows every single action.
Every
I
single
mean, it's like
movement.
One Punch
Implies
Man.
nothing.
If you read that manga,
Shows it
like
all.
it's literally, and the panels are literally like set up like it's animated. It was really cool. Those
I
guys
mean, I guess that could work.
kick ass.
That seems like a lot of extra work that
Yeah.
we really don't have to
I'm not,
do.
not,
But okay.
not doing that. I'm not doing it.
All right. Let's bring up the last question.
All right, this is from Charles Kraus. Which two random polar opposite entertainment characters would you like to see do the fusion dance?
Ooh.
That is a good question. Character number one for me, I don't know who character number two is, but all I know is character number one is Kermit the Frog.
Totally. Yeah.
For some reason, that just sounds right to me. Character number
The
two.
Frog and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, get over here.
He pulls him in.
Voice?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, as you're flying through, he's just fucking doing this.
He celebrates everything by like flapping his arms around.
Now you'll go to hell! Yay! You're like, no! He's just
Rips up
over
the
here
spine and
fighting.
is waving it around.
His intro, because now I'm just imagining him as a fighting game character. His intro is, hi ho!
This is so good.
Oh man.
That was great.
How about you
There we
guys?
go. That's my.
Is that just the correct answer?
Yeah, that's
I
the
think
correct
that's, I think that
That's-
is the correct
that's the answer.
You
Okay.
got me. I can't think of
Kermit
any.
the Frog and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat doing the
Kermit
fusion
the Frog
dance.
and Scorpion.
What would their name be though? Because they blend their names together too.
Yeah.
Scormit,
Scormit?
Kermian.
Kermit. I like Kermian.
I like
do like
Scorpion.
I like Scormit better.
Kermian.
I mean, one of them would be if they do the fusion dance, and one of them would be if they do
Oh, the Patara earrings? Yeah, okay.
So it can be both.
Scormian and no, wait.
Scorpion can be okay. Kermian can be whenever they merge, and it's got Kermit's voice, like overpowers it, and it's like it basically looks like Kermit dressed up as a scorpion, but he's like still got the glowing eyes, and he looks like Hellfire, but it's still Kermit. Then
I got one.
Can we
then Scorpit is
Scorpit?
when Scorpion's voice is just basically inserted into Kermit the Frog.
can we please get some fan art of that? At any take as much time as you need. I need to see this with my eyes realized.
I'm gonna do Sonic and the Juggernaut.
Sonic and the Jaggernaut?
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut?
Juggernaut?
Juggernaut.
The Choker.
The
changing.
Juicer-Nut.
The Choke Your
Now
Nut?
you're trolling us.
That'd be so cool. Like he have Sonic power. He's still like, the Juggernaut, but
He'd be literally unstoppable.
Yeah.
Juggernaut can move like thousands of miles an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
that'd be good.
Man. And he can't be stopped, and he's covered in spikes.
But he
And
keeps
yes, we know, I'm sure somebody is trying to post in the comments right now. We know that the fusion dance requires like similar power levels, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. We're not.
This is completely hypothetical
Yeah, this is
anyway.
hypothetical. It doesn't matter.
I want him to keep Sonic's like old school cartoon wit. Like he's talking
But
about.
he's like the Juggernaut.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the Juggernaut's pretty witty.
I mean,
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
I gotta go fast.
Oh, that wittiness.
That's not canon, Ben.
oh,
not real.
That's not real.
It happened in X-Men 3.
Oh my gosh, it is canon. It is
Remember?
real.
Oh.
I forgot.
Wait, okay.
He's
I
like
tried to forget X-Men.
did they
Chasing
do that?
Ellen Page, and he's like, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Okay,
I
did he
remember it
do
now.
that because of that video?
Yes.
Oh, you suck, Fox.
What?
That's so stupid. What? He sounded ridiculous when he said that. Even though the
Yeah.
whole movie's ridiculous, but
Yeah, but
I'm the Juggernaut,
You know what? I'm actually really surprised that we haven't seen Juggernaut since.
What are you drunk? You?
Like,
We really haven't.
I'm surprised he never came up like in the origin films because he's Xavier's brother, right?
The Juggernaut?
The Juggernaut?
He's Charles Xavier's brother.
I don't think so.
What?
Yes. That's his whole thing. That's
I
the
didn't know
whole
that.
thing.
All I know is
he's
about-
his brother. He's
Is
not.
that why he's wearing the
All I
helmet?
know about the Juggernaut is
Yeah.
what I see in X-Men 3,
Okay, yeah,
unfortunately.
he's his brother.
I know Charles gave. I mean, he
I don't
put
know. It
the
might be like
he's
a
his brother?
side brother, or like from another mother kind of thing. But like,
But are they brothers in the movies, or is that just in the comics?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think
he
just
never came
shows
up in the movie. So
yeah, I think he just showed up.
yeah, he just showed up in that movie, and they're like, "Oh, this guy, he's the Juggernaut or something. Let's let him out." That's literally all the characterization he got.
Anyway, Juggernaut and Sonic the Hedgehog combined. Their
Oh
names
God!
would be
Now I have to come up with one.
the Sonic Knot.
The Sonic Knot.
But that's like all of
what's
Sonic's
this?
name.
My evil stepbrother.
Stepbrother. There we go.
There we
Dean
go. All right.
Marco.
Proof. Thank you, broadcast
He
team, for
who
having
in
my
the
back.
form of a
Broadcast team is
human
so
engine of
good.
destruction came closest to crushing the instant.
Wait, why are you reading the whole thing? The only reason why they brought it up was to prove that he's a
'cause
stepbrother.
I wanted to, I like reading.
All right. The Juggernaut and Sonic, they're combined. What's their name?
Jagger Sonic.
Juggick.
Cause Sonic,
Sononaut.
Juggick?
that one syllable or two syllables?
What?
Sonic.
Sonic.
What?
Okay. So.
Do you not know how language
Oh,
works?
calm down. I just wanted to make sure because now we gotta take
Okay.
one of them and like combine it with the syllables in Juggernaut.
I don't know what.
I don't know what you're talking about,
That's how
but
you get two. That's how you make one name out of two.
it's happening. Sononautic.
Let's just call him Sonic Juggernaut.
Do you keep saying Jaggernaut?
Juggernaut.
I swear you keep saying Jaggernaut.
That's not what
Like McJaggernaut?
That's not what I'm saying, man.
McJagger?
It's
Like
just the letter
McJagger,
you
Juggernaut?
told
I think,
okay.
I think you're just hearing things.
I think you're saying that. Let us know. Use hashtag DeathBattleCast. No, well, I don't.
I mean, we already determined that Kermit the Frog and
I
Scorpion
can't
Mortal
beat
Kombat
that,
is
so I'm
the
like-
answer.
Yeah.
That is correct.
All I could say is something like, I want to see He-Man and like Lion-O merge or whatever and see what that would
They'd
be.
just be the same person.
He-Lion,
He-Lion.
Lion Man. There you go.
Yeah, He-Lion. Like, I think that'd be neat.
How much different would they be?
He-Man would start like,
They would be in the same cartoon.
basically be He-Man with a lot of hair and he'd cough up fur balls.
Oh.
Like,
Why would he call some furballs?
That's
he's a
pretty
cat
image.
now.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's how cats work.
Did the,
That's how
did the
they work.
Thundercats
How
cough
cat-
up
it's like-
furballs?
I'm sure they did.
I don't remember seeing them lick themselves.
That's the director's cut version.
Director's cut. The animators animated them licking themselves and coughing up hairballs.
I don't want to think about that. I don't want
Well, I mean, then we get into the Pornhub version.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Oh no. Wait, what do you know about that?
Well, we'll move on now.
It was the most confident. It's the most confident thing you said all day.
All right, thank you guys so much for sending us your questions. Thank you, broadcast team, for putting up
Bring
with
it
us
up,
for extra
broadcast.
time.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think we're gonna have to wrap it up, but first we do
Oh,
have
look.
to come up.
Yes.
Oh.
Female Ultron.
Broadcast
no!
team
Oh, wait, no,
delivers.
no, no.
She's so hot.
That's not female Ultron. That's There is a female Ultron. It's like
It's her.
It's hatching out of Ultron's
It's,
face.
it's like it starts with a J.
Joltron?
The Juggernaut.
It's like a name.
Juggernaut?
It's a female Ultron, and she turns good, and she joins the good guys.
Is it not her?
I think that might be her.
That's Scarlett
Unless
Johansson.
because that's Marvel. That's officially Marvel.
Yeah.
So I think that's her.
We read this when we were doing the Iron Man thing.
We'll probably have to figure this out
didn't do
after we wrap up the podcast for the
Yeah.
week.
bonus
have bonus fan art?
It says Marvel.com down there.
Yeah. This was on. This is in a comic.
know,
I think this is
whatever.
an Iron Man comic book.
Okay. I know there is a female Juggernaut.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no! Don't look that one up. We gotta come up. We gotta come up. Oh no, they're going at it. We gotta come up with a community death battle so we can wrap this up because we're way over time.
Female Juggernaut versus female Ultron.
Yes.
Or
That's just opening up a whole can of worms.
Sonic Juggernaut versus
Oh,
Kermit
the two
Scorpion.
words.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the one. That's the
okay,
one.
I love
That's a
it.
great one.
Sonic and Juggernaut.
And Kermit doesn't bring anything
Fusion
to this.
danced.
Oh my god, this is great.
Kermit doesn't bring anything to this fight.
Kermit and Scorpion.
Scorpion's by himself against Kermit and Juggernaut.
No. We can incorporate all of Kermit's like crazy adventures, like the Treasure Island stuff like that.
I'm sure Kermit's done some crazy stuff that would be valuable to this
Scorpion just
matchup.
shows up like, what am I to do?
I'm picturing the animation. It's Juggernaut and Sonic. They're like looking all badass, and then they like do the fusion dance, and they look really stupid when they merge, but they're like really serious about it. And then you just swish pan over, and
Is
it's
there-
like Scorpion standing next to Kermit. and
Is
they're
there
like, "All right,
still-
here we go.
Is there still a hand up their butt after they've fusion danced?
What?
For Kermit?
Kermit's a puppet.
Oh.
Wait, is he the puppet though with the hand? I thought he had like little.
That's how they do the mouth.
Oh, that's right.
It's-
Oh look!
What?
That's good.
Female Juggernaut?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good.
That's actually
cosplay,
pretty good right there. Hey, send me that broadcast. link me to that. Link me. We'll talk.
Anyway, yes, our community death battle will be
Sonic Knot versus
Sorbit, not Sorbit, Scorbit versus
Scorbit?
Scorpit
is that
or
what it was?
Scormit.
I want the Kermit Scorpion fusion to take Kermit's height.
Yeah, I want him to be an actual puppet. I want him to be a puppet.
Oh yes.
Like,
But with the powers of Scorpion and whatever
I
else
was just
Kermit
about to
has.
say, if he becomes the puppet, he has to continue. He has to keep Scorpion's powers, or we're just like throwing him to the wolves.
it's like a puppet. It's like a puppet, like Kermit the Frog, but he is like a wraith now, and he's wearing scorpion stuff.
Hi-ho, I'm sending you to hell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
man.
Scorbit versus what are we
Sonic
calling
Knot.
it? Sonic
We'll just
Knot?
call him that because we can't think of anything.
Sure.
better.
I thought it was a Sonic Juggernaut.
Yes, that's what it is. Sonic Knot.
Sonic Juggernaut.
Jugget.
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 Jugget Sonic.
Juggick. Oh.
Gotta go with chili dogs.
All right, Juggick versus.
We're gonna forget these names like 5 minutes after we end the broadcast. Yeah, that's our community death battle. I guess we have to pull feats from 4 different characters now. I'm sorry, but
That's what
That's
they're for.
hilarious.
That's what the
I would
audience is
love-
for.
I know, like, we don't ask this very often, but if any of you, I know there are some talented artists out there and watching this show. If any of you would like to try drawing this,
The Scorpion.
We would happily
the
feature
Scorpion
it.
Kermit
Yes.
one for sure. Let's make it a little easier on
I
him.
want the matchup. But you know,
Oh.
if you want to just draw one or the other, sure. But also the matchup, I would totally want to show this.
That'd be amazing.
We'll totally show it off. That'd be great. You can again send it to us with the hashtag DeathBattleCast. Use that to send us questions, and also to answer the community death battle. All right, we're finally done. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be recording our first exclusive Sudden Death Extended cut pretty soon here. That is going to go up Sunday. We have this new schedule.
Yeah, a new
Like,
schedule.
hang
Getting
on.
used to
Austin,
it.
what's the
Sunday
pass?
is when it goes up. So if you're a first member, go check that out. And thanks for watching this live as first members as well. And we will see you next week.